This video is about the biggest mistakes that I've made in business so that you can avoid making them too. Because if you learn from entrepreneurs that have gone before you, when you start up your business, it can save you years of time and a lot of money and a lot of pain. And in the series of videos we've been doing, Simon has shared his biggest entrepreneurial mistake, Henry has shared his biggest entrepreneurial mistake, and well, I've made quite a lot of mistakes over the last few years, so we're going to do two videos on the entrepreneurial mistakes that I've made so that you can avoid them and make progress quicker. The first was actually, we tendered for a piece of work, and quite often you get excited by seeing a big piece of work and people are putting a tender out and you have to supply an application and all the rest of it. But we made two fundamental errors when we were applying for this tender, and it was for a big piece of business in Manchester. The first was, I didn't speak to the people behind the tender document. So I didn't actually know exactly what they were after. I just filled out the document and sent it in. They had no context, they had no idea of who we were, they just judged it on what was in there. So number one, if you're ever filling out a tender document, make sure you speak to the person behind it first. And my second error was that I didn't answer the question that they wrote in there. So the tender document asked a very specific question: how can you do this? The question they asked was, how can you support 200 young people to start up businesses? Now, for the amount of money they were offering, which was 200 grand, I thought that was a stupid question because we could help thousands of people for 200 grand. So I answered my own question, which was, with your 200 grand, we do this, this and this. I didn't answer the question they wanted and I didn't get a shot at the bid. The second mistake that I've made is with email. Using email too often. Sometimes it's easier just to tap out an email and send it, or you write something and you send it off to someone. But what I have learned through bitter experience over the years is that emails don't get stuff done. Emails are easy to ignore, they're easy to delete. Once they're off the bottom of the first screen, people forget about them. I know because I do it. Emails don't make stuff happen. And we did one piece of work for a large government organisation. We'd sent out the emails, but nothing happened. Nothing happened until I called them and then showed up and spoke to them. So the thing that I've learned more than ever is that don't rely on email. Make phone calls and get out there and do stuff. So that's number two. Number three is about constant communication with your customers. And this comes from quite a painful loss of a big piece of business that could have been worth £30,000 or £40,000 to us. And we did the first initial 2-week pop-up business school, and then we continued to support the participants after the pop-up business school. But what I didn't do was tell the housing association that paid for our piece of work that we were doing all this support work. I didn't send them the feedback, I didn't send them here's what customers are doing, I didn't tell them what we were doing. So they thought we weren't doing anything. And then when we came to it, I'm trying to repair the damage, saying, no, we did do the work, look, it's all here, rather than them seeing it as you're going along. And we didn't win the business again. We didn't get the follow-up contract. And that is all because I didn't clearly communicate what we were doing of value to them and how it was supporting their residents. Number four, so I went to see one particular customer, we spoke about doing a pop-up business school, and they said they would promote it to their residents. They put one Facebook post out and sent one tweet, and guess what? No one signed up. But they felt like they had promoted the event, and therefore it was my fault, our fault, that the gig was not successful. So two mistakes I made. One was I didn't define what promoting the event was. So I didn't say to them, you've got to promote the event, and what that means is sending 3 tweets a day and putting 2 or 3 posts on Facebook each week, plus speaking to restaurant residents, plus sending texts, plus resident engagement officers and all that other stuff. I didn't define what promotion meant. So they thought they'd done what I'd asked. And number 5, which I think is my biggest from this list, is that I didn't go full at it when I started. I didn't fly at it. When we started 6-7 years ago, we were the only people in the market helping people start up with an alternative method to business support. We were the only players in the game that were doing this and doing it the way we did it. Now, 5, 6, 7 years on, there's more players in the game, it's more of a crowded marketplace, the players online already are established and we're fighting to find our own space. It's a completely different game. If I'd have gone full at it from the start, if I'd have thrown my ideas, my weight, my resources, my time, my energy behind it, and I've really committed to it, I would have made huge progress and I'd be twice as far as I am today. It cost me tens of thousands of pounds, maybe hundreds of thousands of pounds, because I didn't commit fully to making things happen. So the bit that I want to leave you with from this video is do it. Don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't put it off, make it happen. Make it happen now and go for it with all of your energy. If you do that, you'll make fantastic progress, or you'll work out a lot quicker than I ever have that it's not going to work and you can change your idea quickly. So go for it full out. Don't make the mistakes I've made, make fresh mistakes and learn from them. If you enjoyed this video, we do daily videos on entrepreneurship and startup advice, giving you inspiration, guidance and ideas to get going. So hit subscribe on the YouTube channel to stay up to date with the next videos, or come along to one of our live events. And actually, these videos are for you, to help you start up and to help you grow. So if you have a problem, if you have a challenge, if you have an issue with your business, send us your ideas or comment below and we will create videos to help you start your own business, doing what you love and making your own money.